what risks do you need to manage across a portfolio whilst having high return?
When you're managing a portfolio, the most common answer is, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yep.
You want to make sure the portfolio is diversified. Dubai is an emerging market, so it's important to hedge risk.
Yep.
We just talked about how Dubai is expanding. There's so many different investment concepts within Dubai. Do you invest along the waterfront where there's limited land and, beachfront living is a big reason why a lot of people just tour to Dubai anyway? Do you invest in the undersupplied segment of the market, which is villas and townhouses, to accommodate all the new population growth into Dubai, the families that are moving here? Do you look at apartments, which typically on an ROI perspective rent higher and yield better? So yeah, it's just making sure you diversify your portfolio, spread your risk, and try and maximize the biggest growth areas.
One of the biggest things to manage risk is to actually manage your own psychology. What are you going to be comfortable with when entering into a new investment? And part of that, a good chunk, is definitely understanding what your strategy is, because let's say something did maybe stabilize in the market, or in the long term, let's say there was maybe a short-term dip. Well, if your strategy is to be a long-term holder, ignore the noise, because any gains or losses on paper are just hypothetical until you cash in. If your plan is to have the long-term appreciation, pass this on to your kids and it be a rental asset, ignore the noise that might happen in the market. Let's focus on that strategy. So I think first and foremost is understanding that there is also the liquidity risk. You have to understand your cash flow inside out. We, of course, are very good at number crunching. We can provide that analysis as well, but you never want to overstretch yourself because of hype, because of excitement as well. Look at the fundamentals, look at your cash flow, what you can commit to. And then if it is your first investment or your fifth investment, that also remains the same in terms of that principle. What can you manage on a monthly, quarterly, yearly basis up until handover, if that is the strategy again, for the peace of mind that you have, that you can sleep at night. Because you don't want to be panicking and think, I need to sell this, something's popped up. It's like, we can forecast these things.
And adding to what you mentioned is, what developers you want to work with. Do you want to work with an Amar who are tried, tested in the market, always produce amazing results for their clients? Or you're feeling a bit more risky and want to look at potentially higher returns with a brand new project by a new developer, still vetted, not just taking punts in the dark here, but, like an Amar 8 new developer. But when you look at the backstory about them, everything seems to add up. So potentially there's a higher upside on that type of project compared to an Amar project. So yeah, it depends on what developers you want to work with, a tier 1, a tier 2, or even if you want to go riskier than that.
Yeah, and I think as well, it's more the location than the project itself, especially in some locations where there are multiple projects. It's looking at the fundamentals of the location within your strategy as well. Again, if it's a long-term hold, well, Expo City should be at the forefront of anyone thinking of a long-term play, because once Al Maktoum opens in the next 7 to 9 years, well, the amount of visitors that we're going to have coming into Expo City is going to be incredible for rental yields and appreciation as well. And I think commercially, it's also very exciting for any other offices that pivot themselves there as well. Exciting times, because they're going to benefit from the footfall as well.